Already Tracy challenged the SCRS cell for reinforced cameras and hidden UI. It's reinforced cameras, but it's not extra cameras, so it's not going to be all that problematic since there aren't going to be cameras essentially everywhere where we're trying to get a first disguise. But aside from that, there's hidden UI, and then there's fog, which is not all that great for trying to see guards that might want to catch us, which is kind of the summary or the epitome of what's happening over there, but hello there. Nice to meet you. Right then, if you're gonna go right over here, do not stop me, but hopefully a guard does not walk by over there, which would be rather terrifying. So we're just gonna leave it at that. We're gonna go over here, we're gonna grab ourselves a disguise by using the bag that we just bagged up. And then afterwards, we're just going to clear the rest of the area, which shouldn't be all that difficult. So hopefully there's gonna be one guard over there, which there is, and we definitely have a limited time, so we're just gonna quickly bag it up. And then hide in here before anyone else shows up, which would be rather terrifying. And as for the bag, we're just gonna leave it over there since it's highly unlikely that anyone's gonna see that. Now for the remaining two guards, we've got one over there, and one presumably over there, which is really simple to take out, but ideally you go right over there so that we can give Cyber a disguise without too much difficulty. So we're just gonna leave this over here, and all we have to do now is just wait for... I mean, if you're gonna walk over there, this does make things quite simple for me in the sense that you're not gonna see the gun and you're not gonna get on the radio, which... I mean, we'll just do that. We'll back them up. And that's that. So right afterwards, we're just going to go ahead and lure some security by going through here. If you could actually pass through there. Going all the way over here. And then subsequently just, well, luring you over there, which shouldn't be all that difficult. So if you could just go over there. And then now go over here, that would be quite nice. And of course, if you could get off the radio, that would be even better. So, perfect. Right then. Put your hands up. We've grabbed the disguise, and that's that. And I mean, because it's not reinforced cameras combined with extra cameras, so you won't have a lot of cameras over here and over there, just staring down at what we're doing, trying to get a disguise. So, right now, we're just gonna leave the gun over here, which shouldn't be all that complicated. Then we can go over here, through here, and I hope that Hemlock doesn't go after the gun, since Hemlock could actually just be pathfinding through this entire area, which would be less than ideal. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Hemlock can just stay over there and not cause any problems for us. And well, this is a very much useless room, so we're just gonna pass through here instead and see what lies over here, which might be something potentially more useful than whatever's over there, which isn't really great. So that's either the technician room or the security room, and evidently I'm hoping for one over the other. This is a technician room. And I've got no idea what color the metal detectors are, so we're just going to go through here, awkwardly cross across the outside area, and then afterwards hope for the best, which is probably not the best way of doing things, but... Hi there, Hemlock. Nice to see you over here. Right then, we'll go in here, we'll quickly clear the room, and then hopefully the technician is still over here by the time we're done, which shouldn't be all too complicated, so we're just gonna quickly hack the cameras. And then we've got Hemlock and a technician, which I suppose that makes things relatively simple in that we get two bodies at the same time, but we'll just leave it at that. And hopefully we get a USB, but seemingly that's not the case, which is a bit unfortunate. But we'll leave it at that, mainly because there's no reason to go any further about it. Though really, if Nightshade could just show up relatively soon, that would be quite nice. So presumably, Cyber's going to go hunt for Nightshade, whilst I do literally anything to try and get a metal detectors down first, since I know where the red box is. I just don't know what color the wire is. So we'll just go through here, quickly rush through there before that door closes, and then afterwards, we have to go to the other side, don't we? Right then. We've got a simple solution to all of this, is just leave that over there, hop through there, it's a blue wire, go back through here, grab the gun back, and then afterwards pretend that nothing happened, which absolutely nothing did. So we're just gonna go through here, and then hopefully find the blue wire relatively soon. But whilst we're doing that, we're just gonna run across the outside area without hopefully getting caught, and then afterwards, well, quite simply, just starting to hack somewhere convenient where Nightshade won't walk through, which in this case will be just somewhere all the way through here, past here, all the way in over there, which this fog is not great combining with all of that, but you know what, it's alright, we can just go through here now, get this open, actually walk through there, get this open, close this before anyone sees us over here, and then get this searched, which isn't all that difficult in and of itself, but once we're done with that, we've got... This is too convenient. I mean, if someone comes in here, we're gonna have a massive problem, but this is absolutely too convenient, and well, I've got a USB now, which... I mean, by all means, sure. I'll take that, I'll leave the keycard over there, and then we'll just bring the USB with us. So after whatever that was, we're just gonna go and find a computer, which hopefully shouldn't be all that difficult. I say as I struggle to find a computer, but there are still other computers that I could be on, which we haven't actually checked, but right now, there are dwindling options since the last one's just somewhere over there, which isn't all that hard to actually authorize, but it's quite difficult to actually get to, so we'll authorize that, we'll go over here, and then we'll get this open, and then afterwards we'll start a hack over here, which shouldn't be, once again, all that complicated. Now, I don't think I actually disabled the metal detectors, so we're just going to drop our gun later on, and then hopefully not forget. Because if you do forget, that's not going to end well when we're on our way out, which... Let's wait a bit first. Might be a good idea. Just so that things don't go terribly wrong, which... Perfect. Right then, we're going to go right over here. We're gonna get this open. We're going to use the keycard reader over here, and no one's going to care, which... It's all in all a really, really good thing, so we'll just leave it at that. The part where no one really wants to care. And whenever we get the opportunity over here, we're just gonna search it. And that's really about it. So, right now, all we have to do is just find a camera that's over here. And then just start spotting it so that, hopefully, if anyone actually walks by, we'll know to not go through here and potentially get caught, which is generally not that great of a thing. Now, the gun should have been dropped, so we shouldn't have any issues going through there. But right now, we can just run through here, all the way out of here, and well, that's a daily challenge done in just under 8 minutes. And that was relatively fast, so regardless of all of that, cheers everyone, have a great time.